Have you ever wondered how far a custody dispute could escalate? In this chilling case, it led to the tragic death of two innocent women. In the quiet town of Hugoton, Kansas, Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly, two close friends, went missing under troubling circumstances on March 30, 2024. They were last seen embarking on a journey to pick up Butler's children for a supervised visit. Their destination seemed ordinary and routine, but little did they know it would be their last. As the hours turned into days, worry turned into fear for their loved ones. Their sudden disappearance was out of character, raising a multitude of questions that were left unanswered. The pair were known for their reliability and punctuality, making their sudden absence all the more alarming. In their quest to find the missing women, authorities discovered the women's abandoned vehicle. The sight of the empty, lifeless car parked in an obscure location was unsettling. It was a silent testament to the mystery that was unfolding, hinting at an unsettling reality that no one was ready to face. Every clue seemed to lead to a dead end, and the women's whereabouts remained a mystery. But as the investigation deepened, authorities began to uncover a trail of evidence that suggested something more sinister. The women's disappearance was not a random act, but a calculated move, wrapped in layers of deceit and malevolence. The discovery of foul play near the abandoned vehicle marked a turning point in the investigation. This was not a simple case of two women gone missing. It was a case marked by darkness and an insidious plot that was yet to be unraveled. As the mystery deepened, authorities were about to stumble upon a dark and sinister plot. As the investigation unfolded, a shocking series of events came to light. The initial shockwave hit when two bodies were discovered in rural Oklahoma. A chilling silence fell as the authorities worked tirelessly to identify the remains. The victims were soon confirmed to be the two missing women from Kansas, Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. The grim news sent ripples of fear and sorrow through their hometown of Hugoton, marking the beginning of a murder investigation that would soon capture the nation's attention. 4 individuals were quickly identified as suspects in the case. Among them was Tifany Adams, a 54-year-old grandmother who was embroiled in a bitter custody battle with Veronica Butler, the mother of her grandchildren. The other suspects included Adams' boyfriend, Tad Cullum, and a couple named Cora and Cole Twombly. All of them were members of a shadowy anti-government group known as God's Misfits. The charges they faced were as grim as their alleged actions: first-degree murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit murder. The reality of their alleged crimes began to sink in as more details emerged about the evidence found at the crime scene. Near the abandoned vehicle Butler and Kelly had been traveling in, investigators discovered chilling signs of foul play. Blood spatters painted a gruesome picture, and a broken hammer lay discarded nearby, hinting at the violence that had occurred. The stark reality of the crime scene was a grim reminder that this was no simple missing persons case. As the investigators delved deeper into the case, they were about to uncover a web of deceit, manipulation, and violence that would shock the nation. The seemingly straightforward case of two missing women was turning into a sinister tale of murder and conspiracy. What seemed like a simple missing persons case was about to take a sinister turn. Behind the tragic deaths lay an acrimonious custody dispute. Unfolding in the backdrop of this harrowing tale of murder was a bitter fight for children, a battle that had been raging since 2019 between Veronica Butler and Tifany Adams. This was not your commonplace family disagreement. This was a custody battle steeped in acrimony, a protracted legal wrestling match that saw neither side willing to back down. Veronica, a mother fiercely protective of her young ones, and Tifany, the grandmother who was no less determined to gain custody of her grandchildren. The legal proceedings were as contentious as they were drawn out. The courtroom became a battleground, lawyers the soldiers, and legal documents the weapons of choice. And yet, despite the fierce struggle, there was no clear winner in sight. The court, perhaps overwhelmed by the intensity of the feud, or maybe due to the complexity of the case, had only issued temporary orders, leaving the final decision hanging in the balance. This stalemate only served to fuel the tension, the bitterness, and the animosity. The fight for custody was not just about the children anymore. It had become a matter of pride, a struggle for power, a quest for validation. It was a war that had consumed the lives of Veronica and Tifany, a war that was about to take a horrifying turn. The custody battle, which should have been a legal matter resolved in the courts, was slowly but surely spiraling out of control. It was no longer confined to the courtroom. It had spilled over into their lives, their homes, their relationships. It had become a ticking time bomb, waiting to explode. The battle lines were drawn, the stakes were high, and the players were ready. But no one could have predicted the horrific events that were about to unfold. As the custody battle raged on, a dark plan was forming. In the midst of the custody dispute, a shadowy anti-government group emerged. This group, known as God's Misfits, was more than just a gathering of like-minded individuals. They held regular meetings, often imbued with religious undertones, and the members were deeply intertwined with the tragic events unfolding. Tifany Adams, the grandmother caught in the custody dispute, was not acting alone. Alongside her was her boyfriend, Tad Cullum, and a couple by the names of Cora and Cole Twombly. All of them were active members of God's Misfits. This group, driven by anti-government sentiments, was about to play a pivotal role in the shocking series of events that led to the disappearance and subsequent murder of Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. God's Misfits was not just a group with rebellious ideas. Their intentions were far more sinister. It was discovered during the investigation that this group had a dark history. They had previously attempted to kill Veronica Butler, the mother of Adam's grandchildren. This wasn't a spontaneous act of violence, but a premeditated attack that, unfortunately, foreshadowed the harrowing fate that awaited Butler and Kelly. However, Butler's life wasn't the only one in danger. The group's plans extended beyond her. In their quest to resolve the custody dispute in their favor, they had even planned to harm others, including a judge. The depth of their malice was truly chilling, revealing a disturbing disregard for human life. As the investigation delved deeper into the workings of God's Misfits, it became clear that this group was more than willing to cross lines and commit horrific acts in the pursuit of their goals. The custody dispute had escalated into something far more deadly, with the anti-government group playing a significant role in this tragic saga. The group's sinister intentions were about to be revealed. The custody dispute had escalated into a murderous plot. This was no ordinary feud. The acrimonious custody battle had grown into something far more sinister. Tifany Adams, her boyfriend Tad Cullum, and the Twombly couple, all part of the anti-government group God's Misfits, had devised a chilling plan. Their target? Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. The group had allegedly attempted to murder Veronica Butler before, but this time, their plans were more calculated, more cold-blooded. They saw the two women as obstacles standing in the way of their twisted version of justice. They were not just planning to kidnap the women, but to kill them. But it didn't stop there. The group's nefarious intentions extended beyond Veronica and Jillian. They had also plotted against a judge, a shocking revelation that underscored the group's willingness to harm anyone who crossed their path in their quest to resolve the custody dispute in their favor. The discovery of this plot was a pivotal moment in the investigation. The authorities had uncovered a web of deceit, violence, and terror. Evidence against the group started to pile up. Items like stun guns and burner phones purchased before the women's disappearance pointed towards premeditation. The discovery of blood and a broken hammer near the women's abandoned vehicle told a grim tale of violence. It was a meticulously planned operation, designed to instill fear and exert control. But it was also a plan that left a trail of evidence, a trail that led authorities straight to the culprits. The group had underestimated the resolve of law enforcement, their determination to bring justice for Veronica and Jillian. The shocking details of the plot sent a chill down the spine of the community. The revelation of such a horrifying plan, hatched by people they knew, left the community reeling. The ripple effects of this case were felt far and wide, a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked hatred and dispute. The law finally caught up with the culprits. The long arm of justice finally closed in on the four individuals implicated in this heinous crime. Tifany Adams, her boyfriend Tad Cullum, and the Twombly couple, Cora and Cole, were arrested and charged in connection with the tragic deaths of Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. Adams, the 54-year-old grandmother at the center of this chilling tale, had been locked in a bitter custody battle with Butler. It was this dispute that had escalated into the violent confrontation that led to the loss of two innocent lives. The very thought that a grandmother, meant to be a symbol of love and warmth, could be implicated in such a horrific crime sent shockwaves through the community. Alongside her stood Tad Cullum, Adams' boyfriend, and the Twombleys, all members of the anti-government group known as God's Misfits. The group had a religious affiliation and held regular meetings, but beneath this veneer of piety lay a chilling plot fueled by bitterness and revenge. The charges they faced were as serious as they come: first-degree murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit murder. The evidence was damning. Stun guns, burner phones, and a broken hammer smeared with blood were among the items found that linked the 4 suspects to the crime. The arrests marked a turning point in the case, signaling that justice was on the horizon. Yet even as the wheels of justice began to turn, the community was left grappling with the shocking reality of what had transpired. The dark cloud hanging over this small community was not just the loss of 2 lives, but the chilling reminder of the depths to which human beings can sink in the face of bitter disputes. The fact that this tragedy unfolded amid a custody battle only added to the sense of disbelief and horror. As we delve deeper into this case, we are left with a chilling picture of a group of individuals driven by revenge and a twisted sense of justice. Their actions serve as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences that can occur when personal disputes escalate into violence. Justice was on its way, but the community was left reeling from the shocking events. In the aftermath of the tragedy, a community struggled to make sense of the events. The peaceful town of Hugoton, Kansas was left reeling in the wake of the shocking revelation that one of their own, a grandmother, could be implicated in such a heinous crime. This was not just a story of murder, it was a story of a bitter custody battle that had escalated into a horrifying spectacle of violence and death. The legal proceedings against Tifany Adams, Tad Cullum, and the Twombley couple continue to unfold, casting a somber shadow over the community. The courtroom has become a cold reminder of the bitter custody dispute that turned deadly. The case has highlighted the need for peaceful resolution of disputes and the importance of prioritizing the welfare of children caught in the middle of such conflicts. The murders of Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly have left an indelible mark on their families, friends, and the entire community. The children, who were at the center of this tragic saga, are now left to grapple with the harsh reality of their mother's untimely death. It's a stark reminder that the actions of adults can have devastating consequences on the innocent lives of children. This case has also served as a wake-up call for law enforcement and social services. The need for heightened vigilance in custody disputes and the importance of recognizing signs of potential violence have been underscored. The tragedy has shone a spotlight on the damaging effects of acrimonious disputes and the urgent need for effective intervention and support. The involvement of the anti-government group God's Misfits has added another layer of complexity to the case, raising questions about the influence of such groups and their potential to incite violence. The case serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of extremism and the devastation it can cause. As we reflect on this tragic case, it's critical to remember the 2 innocent lives lost, Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. Their memories serve as a sobering reminder of the need for peaceful resolution of disputes and the importance of prioritizing the welfare of children above all else. As the legal proceedings continue, we await the ultimate verdict. One thing is certain: the tragic deaths of Veronica and Jillian will forever be a reminder of the devastating consequences of unresolved disputes and the lengths to which people can go when blinded by anger and resentment. The case remains ongoing, with new developments expected. The 4 suspects, including the grandmother Tifany Adams, her boyfriend, and the Twombley couple, are all scheduled to appear in court, facing charges of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit murder. As the court dates approach, anticipation mounts. The public, the families, and the community at large eagerly await the final verdict. A verdict that would hopefully bring some semblance of justice to this harrowing tale of custody battles turned deadly. The hope is for the legal system to serve its purpose, to bring to light the truth, and to ensure that the guilty parties pay for their heinous crimes. The chilling tale of Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly is far from over. The quest for justice, the search for answers, and the hope for closure continue. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this chilling case.